So now you can hear me, maybe. Friends, there are days which we should remember. There are days like someone's birthday, the occasion which we celebrate their start on this earth. There are great anniversaries of all various types. Wedding anniversaries, death anniversaries, anniversaries of friendships, when we started living in our new home, when we welcomed in a new family member. And then there are days like the one we're just getting ready to celebrate tomorrow, about our nation's independence. Great days that stand up in the history books. And of course there are dates, events in which God has delivered each of us. All of these and many more occasions are worth us remembering it in our minds, in our hearts, and even writing it down as an account for future generations. And so as we get ready to think about our nation's independence just tomorrow as we celebrate Halloween, we stand here today to remember God's deliverance of his people and of us here in the present day as well. We are given this task to figure out what to do with it. We have great events in the past. Are they just history lessons for us to remember and put out here into our minds? Or is there a greater work we are called to do, to use these dates of deliverance and to do good as a result of them, to be transformed by these actions and be called to be a new people, set apart to do God's will? Are we called to be delivered, not just for yesterday, but today and to tomorrow? And so, friends, if you would please turn with me, let's dive into God's Word and see what he has in store for us here today. Now, there is one event that stands out among all others for our Jewish brothers and sisters. It, of course, is the event of the Exodus. And in case you're wondering what in the world Exodus is, we have a slide for that up here. It's an Exodus. Plain and simple. So it's not anything too tricky when you hear the book of Exodus. It's telling you about the events of the great exodus of God's people out of Egypt and into their own land. Yeah, of course, all the details, getting some beautiful imagery of who God is, how God hears the cries of his people. There we go. The sound people just told me what they are. Thank you, folks. Can you hear me now? Okay. And so where we come to today, then, with our first lesson, is after some of these great events that show up in movie theaters. It's the parting of the Red Sea, and now Moses sings a song of praise to the Lord. And his sister Miriam also does this right after this section as well. So if you want to hear two great songs from two great Israelites, you got to read this. But what we have before us then is Moses singing of God's mighty deeds on behalf of him and his people. Now, of course, if we know a bit about Moses, this was a person that God had chosen with this act of speaking to him through a burning bush. But he didn't deem himself worthy at all. He tried to convince God that, oh Lord, it can't be me. I stumble over my words, Lord. I'm not good at public speaking. And they won't hear from me anyway. I don't even know your proper name to call you. But Moses, as we know from this account, as he stands here today, after walking across with his people, now freed from them, they have a lot to sing about indeed. And so they call everyone together to say, we will sing to the Lord, because he has won us a glorious victory. And it paints the picture of what has just happened. The parting of the Red Sea, God making the waters like walls, and the sea floor like dry land. How he defeated the Egyptians for them, without any show of force on their part. God has won them the victory. Friends, we need more songs like this. We need more songs singing God's praises. Because too often in a row we have plenty of other songs that deafen our ears. We have the noise of doubt, the noise of worry, and certainly the noise of uncertainty, where we're not sure what to do. Because that drowns out everything else that God is trying to say and the songs we should be having. Yet, here's the great assurance from the Lord our God, that he is going to deliver his people. He did it in ages past, as we have here with the account of the Exodus. But moreover, we have God working through each of us, doing great little works, little deliverances day by day, to help us be God's people anew. And so I think about this question then for all of us today. What is God delivering us from in this moment? What is God saving us from today? Is it from difficulties of work? Is it from financial hardship? Is it from stress? Is it from school? Is it about that uncertainty of retirement in some number of years ahead? What is it God is saving us from? Is it from sin? Is it from anything else? Of course, God is saving, and it's good for us to be mindful of what he is saving us from. And so with that question firmly in our minds, then we turn to a passage that Jesus gives, a parable of the sower, to explain if we are being delivered, what is it for? Because if we're being saved, if we're being called to an exodus out of something, clearly we're going somewhere. But the question is, why and what for? And so we go and see what God's delivered us from. Now, before we get into the particulars of this great parable and teaching of Jesus, we have to consider what a parable is. A parable is not simply an accurate one-for-one description of an earthly thing to a heavenly thing, because heavenly things are heavenly things. They're not earthly things, otherwise they'd be earthly things. It's not rocket science, people. And so whenever Jesus uses a parable, we got to be praising the Lord over there. I love it. Whenever we have a parable, it's good for us to be mindful that this is Jesus speaking in terms that this is what the kingdom of heaven is like. This is like how God treats his people. But again, it's not a one-for-one. And so as we hear this parable, let us be wrapped up in what it symbolizes for us, a great reality all of us are called to. And so Jesus initially teaches the parable, and then later on goes into its meaning when his disciples inquire as to what does this mean? Because parables didn't always leap out and tell you what they meant. And so Jesus describes this farmer, this sower of grain, who goes out, and his grain falls into 4 locations, and you can see that up here. 4 places, one of which it falls along the path, and birds come to eat. And then all the way on the left, it falls upon the rocks, and there's no moisture to be had. There's those that fall among weeds, and it gets choked out. There's no room for it to grow. But lastly, there is a place where the grains grow, and they grow 10 and 100-fold. And Jesus ends it there with the phrase, let all those who have ears listen. Of course, the disciples aren't sure what this means, and so they inquire so they can get the true message of what this is. But as we look at this today, knowing who it is spoke to us as our Savior, the thing is, Jesus said that the sower is the Word of God. It is God who sows the seeds of faith, which then puts us as God's people in a unique place, does it not? Because if God's planting seeds of faith, then we're the environment up there. And so, as I thought about this week, it's, what are we today? In what season does God find us as he plants these seeds of faith? Are we the path, the rock? Are we among other bushes and thickets? Or are we good soil? Because it's good for us to assess, reflect, and internalize where we are. But again, I'll give you some good news before we go into this. Unlike the natural world, in which the plant can't just pick itself up and walk on over to a new location. You see, that plant can't just move away from the thorns into the good soil. They really don't grow legs, as much as farmers can contest that sometimes. They really don't. But we are a unique environment. We can change. Our hearts, minds, and souls can change. We can go from being dried up and spiritually dry, too rich, after a season of refreshing, of reflection, and having good people in our lives. So let's now consider what each of these symbolize for us as God's people, who tries to give us his faith and word. And so the path for me, it is a place in which things get trampled down. And so God's word can't find word here because the day-to-day activity leaves no room for anything but. It's being caught up in the busyness of life. And all of us, I'm sure, at one time or another in our lives have been in that where someone tries to say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? And they get trampled down by us because we're busy. We're wrapped up in the culture business and we got stuff to do. Hey, I don't have time to talk to you because I got to do something. And the same happens to God as well. That he can find us in a place along the path where we're too wrapped up in going to a place to take time to receive. Because we're driving our car. We're not interested in picking anybody else up, including God. Sometimes we find ourselves as the path when God wants to speak to us. But again, we can't change. Maybe we find ourselves more in line with the rocky ground. This happens, I think, because it's symbolic of being dry. That's why the seed can't grow. It has no moisture. It can't grow. It starts to grow, but then gets scorched by that sun. And if you know plenty about our summer, if you leave the garden without any moisture, it's not going to be there very long. And how this happens for us then is we can go into dry spells as well. It becomes no shocker that if we haven't prayed in a long while, haven't picked up the Bible in a while, or seen anything about the Bible, that we find ourselves a bit dry in a unique and spiritual sense, because we have no water to replenish our souls. And so we can find ourselves in that rocky patch, because we haven't been tapping into that source of life, or hope, or peace. We just haven't found time to do it, and so we find ourselves unable to do anything for God, to have a deeper relationship, because we haven't gone back and been replenished. But again, we can be watered by God as well. Maybe we find ourselves in the thorns and in the bushes. To me, it's kind of a combination of the previous two in a way for us as people. Because this is when other things choke not only us, but our relationship with God, our relationship with other people. And so do we have things in our present life that are choking out us, choking out God's voice and God's word? Is it a person? Is it a thing? Is it our jobs? What is it that's choking us from growing into the people God wishes us to be? But again, friends, hear that good news that God has delivered his people from far worse than whatever it is that's choking us out. And God is a great gardener, and he's more than willing to rip out that weed that's hurting us so we can grow. But maybe, just maybe, we find ourselves in a season of being like that good soil. And we have a great balance in our life. We have water. We have sunlight. Those weeds are gone. They'll be back, but we're eager to rip them out before they do any harm. Friends, we can kind of go along this spectrum as God finds us. As we, his redeemed people through his Son, we can move along this. Some days we're a lot drier than others. Others, we got a little bit too much closing in around us, and we need some space to grow. Other times we got to watch out for some pesky birds that are trying to come down and take away those precious words from God. But then sometimes we are good soil, soil that grows, and soil that is willing to tell a great story. And so, friends, with Moses' song and with the parable of the sower, I believe God has delivered his people not just because, but for a purpose. I believe all of us sit here today, singing hymns, praying together, and studying the Scripture just because we can, instead of thinking it's for a good purpose. As you saw in the beginning, we're delivered for good, and you can interpret that in several ways. You're delivered for good in so much that God is delivering us, not just for tomorrow, but for the future. He has promised forever a home in heaven He promised to be with us forever. So it's not just deliverance in the moment, but for the long term. But it's also because you were delivered for good, to do good to your neighbor, and to do good in this world. Because Moses was singing of God's mighty hand so that others could hear. So they could hear about the great God who gives the victory. So they could hear about a God who wasn't just stopped by nature, but who was in charge of nature. We hear about a God who sows seeds, who is willing to keep going over, even if it's on rocky ground, because one day that soil is going to change, and it's going to produce grain 100 times what it was initially. And so, friends, we have this good news, that we are God's good and redeemed people, and we stand here to testify to that truth. The world out there is in some dire need of good news. And we not only are the seeds of God, but we are also those who go out there and plant seeds as well with God's great power. And so go out, encourage people. Let them hear songs like that of Moses from you about how God has redeemed you in your life, delivered you from hardships and trials and temptations. Let them hear how you were once in a place that wasn't so good. You were the dry ground, but God has brought you to be good soil in this present moment. Let people have hope because of you and through you. Connect them to your source of hope. And above all, let them see you, who is a redeemed person of God, a delivered person of God, and one who is in it for good. Thanks be to God, my friends.